All right, so I just want to do a part two for the video that I just did, going into Isaiah chapter 10 and 1. And I just forgot to mention that the bill itself is not a law. All right, I just forgot to mention that. And I also forgot a lot of other scriptures. I left out Isaiah 10, Job 9:24, Daniel 7 and 25. And I'm going to get all those precepts, but I forgot to mention that this is not law as of yet. All right, this has law potential. Okay, so I hope I didn't cause any confusion out there. I just forgot to bring it out for some reason. I don't know, maybe the Lord just wants me to come back and do it again. But yeah, so I'm going to say this one more time. All praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh Bashim El Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash, the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, that do teach well, and have taught me this truth. To you I say shalom, and shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, so I'm going to get Isaiah chapter 10. My fault here. Isaiah, where is it? Salakia, Isaiah chapter 10 and 1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." Yeah, and this is going into the proud oppressors that are ruling over us, man. And they are abusing their power day and night by making these unrighteous decrees, man. Hey, man, and these unrighteous decrees, when you take a closer look at them, they really pervert justice. And they really only bring forth equality and tyranny, because that's what this bill is going to bring forth if it becomes a law, right? It's going to bring forth equality and tyranny. And by the way, equality does not equate to justice, especially the true justice that you get when you go into the law, statutes, and commandments that are found in the scriptures. And by the way, that's the real law. That's divine law, which goes hand in hand with natural law. And this devil, he's against that. Okay, and this goes against the scriptures, and it goes against natural law to a certain degree, certain laws that these guys make. So this is really tyranny, man. Okay, this is really tyranny. So it says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." Yeah, and really, man, hey, the Bible is the supremacy of the land. Never forget that, especially over here in Canada. Okay, the Bible is the supremacy of the land. So why is it now a problem if you go out there and you quote things out of the Bible? Why is that now considered hate speech or anti-Semitism? Why is that? You got to ask yourselves that. So this guy, he's messed up. All right, this shows you that he's a tyrant and he's an oppressor, and he's bold and he's very proud to go up against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's word like that, by bringing forth this bill, which has the potential in becoming a law down the road or in the future, right? So just keep that in mind. Okay, so here we go. Verse 2, "To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people." Hey, our right is to go into these scriptures, because this is our book. You Israelites, first and foremost, obviously, you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, and you so-called Native Americans, you go back to the 12 tribes. And also you confusion of faith that are scattered among the nations, looking and speaking like them. This is your right, right? So they're taking your rights away, right? They're taking your rights away. You can't even go into your own book and express your own faith and spiritual opinions. Come on, man. That's wicked. So it says, "And to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless." Yeah. And this, you taking the ability away from the ability for us to go out there and teach the word like that. You're taking away our heritage. You're taking away our identity. Right? Especially you Israelites, man. You Israelites that believe. Think about it. So yeah, now let me get Daniel chapter 7 and 25 here. So let's get Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And it says, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. Yep. Hey, and this is really going into what's going to happen over here in the kingdom, in the fourth beast kingdom. Really America, right? Fourth beast. But yeah, the one that's running the fourth beast is a so-called white man, starting with the elite banking families and their puppet leaders that they have set up, like Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Okay, okay, yeah, they have set us. They have been set up here by Yahweh Shem Yoshai to change laws and times. Now it says here, shall wear out the saints of the Most High. That really happened in slavery, even though we're still worn out. But this happened primarily in slavery. Us being beaten down, our identity being beaten out of us, and us inheriting something called intergenerational trauma. We were being beat down, we were worn out, and we're still worn out as a people, or as saints as well, especially the saints. We're tired. Right, we're tired. You know. And it says here, of the Most High, and think to change times and law. That's the main point. That's what I really want to get into. Changing times. And this devil, he changed the time all the time. Hey, man, just look at daylight saving time. Or farmer's time. This guy's always changing the time. Hell, we don't even know, really, do we even really know what year we're in? Because this guy changes things all the time. Are we really in the year 2024? Really think of that. He just puts a time on things just for the sake of it. This guy is just making up shit as he goes along, man. And laws. So here's the point. And laws. So he changes times and laws. He's always changing the law, making new laws and getting rid of old laws. And he's definitely trying to change the law written in the scriptures. And these shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. That's right. And this goes right along with Job 9:24. Let's pull that up. Job 9:24. Basic Hebrew Israelite 101 scriptures, precepts, baby scriptures, man. So-called baby scriptures anyway. So this is Job 9:24. And it says here, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who's the wicked? So-called white man. Because you got the three classifications of men. You got the sons of the Most High, the sons of the right. You got the sons of men, the heathens. And also you got the sons of the wicked, which is the so-called white men, the Edomites. Starting with the Edomites. Okay? So it says the wicked. So that's the Edomites, man. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Isn't the wicked ruling? Isn't Esau, Edom ruling? Who's at the head of NATO? America. And who runs America? The so-called white man. Who runs the EU? The so-called white man. Come on, man. They're ruling. They run things. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? That's right. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. And that's something called iconoclasm. And he has now taken on that status of being a judge. Right? Because before he came into power, he wasn't ruling. He came into power during the Renaissance. But before the Renaissance, you Israelites were ruling, man. You were ruling. And he tries to hide that information all the time. That's why you're not taught anything. When you go into school, man, especially high school. High school is a fucking joke. High school, you're not taught anything after what? You're not taught anything before 1492. You're not taught about like real ancient history. And then if you are, you're taught about the Greeks or the Romans. And they don't even go deep into that, man. And they don't teach you in the public school system about what happened before 1492. Going into the Dark Ages, what really happened in the Dark Ages. Going into the real icons. So anyways, it says, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So there you go. If not, where and who is he? Where is he? So yeah, man. And, we know who he is. Pursuing to, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 on down. We know who he is. And we know who he is due to his track record, due to secular history, and to basically what he's doing right now, how prophecy is fulfilling. So we know who he is. We know it's a so-called white man. Now let's get Revelation chapter 20 verse 7, going into this devil. So it says here, Revelation chapter 20 verse 7, and when the 1,000 years are expired, that's right, after the 1,000 years, after the Byzantine period where we ruled, after that, right, he was bound, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. That's right. During the dark ages, you weren't ruling, you were in prison, you were incarcerated, and we were ruling over you. Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. That's right. And Satan being loose is talking about you damn Edomites. And he shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. That's right. So that started in 1492. And you know what they call that? The Renaissance period, which is the rebirth. That's you coming into power again, reborn and fresh. And ever since then, you've been ruling. So who came about in the Renaissance period? Christopher Columbus. Around that time, all these other conquistadors that went on their conquest and dominated and controlled and conquered the Western world that we know of today. You conquistadors did all of that. Marco Polo, all those guys. Also Caesar Borgia. And also the Borgia family. Right? So you guys came about that time. You started ruling. And now it says, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. And that's what you're set up to do. You're set up to deceive. And how do you deceive nations? Not just by iconoclasm, but by bringing forth unrighteous decrees and changing times and changing laws. Because why do you need to change the law? Why do you need to change times? You're doing that because you want to deceive and trick people. That's all. And this is just it. You want to deceive and you want to trick people. Really, you're a damn tyrant. So it says here, four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. So now let me get Romans chapter 13, verse 1. So if this bill becomes a law, we're subject unto that law. So it says here, be subject to government. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. That's right. So hey, the Lord, he set up the higher powers, which is the rulers that we have today. He set them up. But at the end of the day, the Lord is in control and he's over them. But he has set up these for lack of better words, magistrates that are over us, okay? Like your politicians, your presidents, your banking family. He set them up and they're over you. Verse 2, whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High. That's right. So, the Lord, he set them up and they're in their order, because that's the Lord's order. He set them up for a period of time, and I just gave you the scriptures or the precepts that go right along with it. Job 9:24. That's an example of that. Remember, it says it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So that simply means the Lord, he gave the wicked their power. So it says, whosoever therefore resists the power, resists the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. So if you get caught out there, let's just say breaking this law, if it becomes a law, guess what? You will go to jail. And that's just how it's set up. You really can't fight this. You're going to just have to eat it, because we're subject onto this as of right now. Okay, so anyways, with that, I just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Chodash, the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, that do teach well, that have taught me his truth. To you I say shalom, and shalom to the hopeful life. Kwame Shalom and a ball. All right, so yeah, shalom.